Accused of cheating in Week 1, accused of not celebrating appropriately in San Diego after last year's postseason victory. They have to deal with both on Sunday night. That is the Patriots. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz alongside NFL.com's Pat Kirwan with you, breaking down the Sunday nighter. New England hosting San Diego, and Pat, Roger Goodell, as of Thursday afternoon, yet to rule on the situation. But I want to know your thoughts on what's being dubbed spying gate here, or video gate, or whatever you want to call it. How serious is it, and do you think that draft picks would be the right penalty?
Yeah, okay, seriousness. Everybody is trying to steal signals. Where the crime might be is that he used technology, used a camera to do it. Most teams take an advanced scout and go out and try to get the signals. I know a lot of quarterbacks that are capable of getting signals, and they use them. How do you do it? You go to the line of scrimmage, no huddle, and you put your offense in a position to run a play, and then the quarterback stares at the defensive coordinator, and he can figure out the signals pretty fast. This really draws attention to why you should have a microphone and an earpiece in the helmet of the defense, and how about wristbands? Put the plays on a wristband, now signal them in. We've all been down that road. But if he was told not to do it, and not use a camera, then there'll be a penalty. And I would say that, and I'm inclined to think the penalty will be draft picks. I don't see another way to go with this that's reasonable for the franchise. And
Roger Goodell has certainly been very tough so far in his rookie year as the commissioner, and you expect him to do the same thing with the team here. The other storyline in this one is LaDainian Tomlinson against a team that last year at the end of the game, he said had no class after they stomped down the Charger logo, did the lights out dance, whatever they did, whatever he was upset with. The real story here is, though, on the field, is that the Patriots last year couldn't stop LaDainian Tomlinson, and Chargers should have won the ballgame. They just gave it away. How did the Patriots take this one?
Well, first off, they didn't win the game, so they shouldn't have won the game. And the game was lost 24-21, and there were 4 turnovers by San Diego. So unless you eliminate those turnovers, you go on the road to Foxborough and have 4 turnovers, Tom Brady and all those new weapons are going to beat you again. So that's the first thing. The second part of this is you can't keep a good man down. LaDainian Tomlinson is the best player in the National Football League. He did not have a very productive day last week with just 25 yards rushing. So I expect him to have another big day like he did last year. But that's not enough to win the game. Other guys have to come to the table and do something.
Well, you talked about Tom Brady's new weapons. Let's get into those weapons, because now all of a sudden you have the Chargers secondary trying to handle Randy Moss and trying to handle Wes Welker, who, by the way, is a good player that the Dolphins let get away. How do they handle that?
Well, here's the problem. I think a lot of guys went into the season saying, since Randy Moss didn't play it down all summer, we'll wait and see. Now they know it's the old Randy Moss. He led the National Football League in receiving yards last week. That is going to force rolled coverage to Randy. I expect Wes Welker to have a huge day as they tilt the coverage to make sure Randy doesn't beat you for 183 yards again. Wes Welker is going to get more opportunities down the middle of the field. Stallworth will too, and so will Ben Watson. We're not out of weapons, folks. They still have Lawrence Maroney behind him. This could be the week that Randy Moss is the decoy, and all those other guys come up and put the production on the table.
It certainly was not the decoy in Week 1 against the Jets. All right, something new here for this for the previews on CBSSports.com. It's AccuScore Prediction. It's a computerized prediction, 10,000 tests, takes into account every possible element, personnel on the field, the weather, runs it 10,000 times, and it comes up with a result. All scientific, all mathematical, no human element. AccuScore shows New England to beat the Chargers 57% of the time that the game is played on the computer. It's not played on a computer. Pat, add the human element.
Well, the human, did they get pictures of the signals? Because I don't know, you put that in the computer, you might have made it 60%. I will say this. I think that the Patriots at home are very hard to beat. Don't ever think that the Patriot players are going to be distracted by all this stuff about the videotape. They're not. They intent on being a very good team. I will remind you of this, though, as I pick the Patriots. They have lost to great teams in season before. They lost to Pittsburgh, came back and beat them up in the playoffs. They lost to the Jets, came back and beat them in the playoffs. Sometimes Belichick doesn't want to show you everything he has and runs the risk of a loss here and there, but I still think the Patriots win this football game.
All right, so you agree with AccuScore. We talked about LT's vengeance against the Patriots. AccuScore also says there's a 35% chance that Tomlinson will score at least 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. I mean, last week he had 25 yards, he ran for 1, and he threw for 1. So
I would throw that pass every time, every week, because you can't stop it. If you start honoring that pass, he's going to walk into the end zone with the football.
All right, we'll see what LT does. Remember, he had 31 touchdowns last year, so that is about an average of 2 a game. All right, the Chargers and Pats kick it off 8:15 p.m. Eastern, Sunday nighter. For more on this game or any other in Week 2, keep it right here, CBSSports.com. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care.